Hello, hello. I'll make a quick video. I just want to say that J Powell fucked me in the ass pretty good the other day. Um, Excuse my language, not a lot of viewers. Uh, I'm not really upset, but I wanted to share with you how I just got wrecked and how I almost blew my account and how I learned a lesson. Because I'm using Bullnux and I'm using the trailing option one because it was cheaper. It's only like 30 bucks a month. The other option two, which was end of day calculations, was a lot more expensive. And on Wednesday, I traded uh, through JPow's speech, which I will probably never do again. It was quite the lesson. I've traded JPow in the past using options, and it's actually paid off, right? But I I'll show you what went wrong, but I just kept thinking like it was gonna correct. Now you're just gonna have to believe me, but Wednesday before the J Pow speech, like I traded like up till about a couple of minutes before the speech, I was up 2 grand on my evaluation account. I mean, you can see here that I had gotten up to 51. This is the previous day, but this is the second day, and I had actually gotten another $500. This is the second day trading after the day after this peak. So I was like a grand away from qualifying. And I should have been smarter about it, but it's like, oh, I've gotten the hang of it. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it's not like I'm not familiar with the market. I've been trading for a few years. I understand, most of the concepts, and I've been doing much more of a. But on this day, I debate two. I went against the two things that I've been doing, which was being cautious and only working on buying dips. And I'll show you on my second account in a second. But anyway, so this was it. This was it. You could see all the trades I was making. I was buying the drops, selling as soon as I could. I'm not holding. I'm scalping. Okay, because this stuff moves very quickly. I just want to get in, get out, make a few bucks. I'm not trying to make thousands of dollars a day. I mean, based on my couple of weeks, it's about I don't know 7 or 8 days trading this. I could see it being possible that every day, first hour of the market, you could make $100 in a few minutes, and that'd be perfectly fine with me just to make $100 and move on with my day. I don't want to sit there all day trading. And also the volume, fades in and out, and volume helps, right, with liquidity and et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, so J Powell started talking, and I tried to get in, I tried to average down, and it was just bad. And at one point, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna blow up my account. And so I just got out. I took the loss. And what's really bad is, hold on, I had opened a second account, and this was the worst because at the beginning of the day, I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna qualify soon. I should take advantage of the Bullnux discount right now. Open a second account. So while I'm waiting for evaluation to be qualified, but also once I get a funded account, I'm gonna just wait for the right opportunities. I don't need to trade every day, and the eval would kind of fix that maybe need to trade, right? Whatever. But on this account, my first trade was positive, but then the market just started ripping at the beginning of the day, and it's like, you know what? At some point, it's going to fall off, right? Because I've seen this before. And so I started shorting, and then the shorting cost me about $800. Now, what's crazy is since this account is new, right? My liquidation threshold is 47,600, right? So my account, so I still got $1,800. I still got some money a ways away from blowing up my account on my second one. On my first one, you can see it right here. I have about $500 of wiggle room here before I blow up my account, right? Because it's a trailing loss, like it's a trading balance thing. It's meant to kind of keep you in check for being too aggressive in your trading, which is smart, but also it probably encourages you to blow up your account too. And so, if I take like one or two bad trades, this account's going to blow up, and that'll be the end of it, which is fine because I really didn't expect to qualify at my first attempt, right? There's so many things to learn. I still haven't got my Ninja Trader set up properly. I can't make it look like some of the things I've seen on YouTube videos. Um, but I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the learning, and so I'm not upset. When I lost 2 grand that night, I just shut it off and took a shower, went to sleep. It wasn't like I didn't lose any sleep over it, you know. And I think the biggest thing is just the emotional control that's required, you know, because I've seen other people, they blow a valuation account, and they start flipping out, and maybe it's just because it's like low threshold entry. This is only costing me $1 a day. With the second account now, because I'm $2 a day to try to get to a point where I can use someone else's money to pay me to just have a little fun in the market. And I've, lost $100 here, $100 there before playing options, so I'm kind of like, I've developed that like, skin for it, right? But I mean, but lately, last couple of years, my option trades are like 50-50. It pretty much balance out. I win some, I lose some. So I'm still encouraged. I'm not upset, but I wanted to share with you was just that this is possible. You could do well, you could blow it up. And really what I'm learning is I'm not going to try and short stocks. It's just not my, it just doesn't work well for me. Even though I could read indicators, stuff like that, but it doesn't really work well for me. I much prefer buying aggressive drops and using, support resistance type areas to kind of maybe look to jumping in on stuff. And the second thing is to not trade like Jay Powell. Like just fuck that. Like I mean, yeah, you could be right. These red folder events, you could bet right, go the right way and stuff like that. It's totally possible. But for me, what I'm trying to achieve, I just want to get qualified, get an account, you know, exceed the limit where I can start taking a profit and then just, trade, make 50, $100 a day for a few minutes of time in the beginning, at the opening of the market, and just go do something else. That works for me. And so those are kind of my lessons learned. And they were kind of obvious ones from a distance, like they're all logical, but I just got ahead of myself on Wednesday because I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll qualify today. And that didn't happen because J Pals started talking. I thought I could qualify it during the news because those would be lots of violent moves. It just was violently moving down, which is usually always the case when he speaks. And I just kind of just forgot all my things I have learned. But anyway, enough rambling. The cool thing is, if I do blow up my account, it's fine. I'll keep trading the other one, and the the renewal period for these accounts, you get a free account. I'm not going to pay a renewal fee. I think it's like $75, $80. It's not worth it to me when I know that just in a couple more weeks I'll just get a new one. Also because I have a second evaluation going, and so I'll just keep trading that one. But I think it's definitely worth it. I think I've heard this before. If you can't trade well enough to earn a prop fund funded account, you're probably not good enough to trade your own money. And I think this is really actually a pretty good way to learn how to trade. Trading in the sense that, you're making money, but I mean, really all you're doing is just like playing a video game in a way. I mean, keep it all in perspective. But anyway, that's about it. Not financial advice, just for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. And yeah, FJ Powell. No, I'm kidding. He's just doing his job. Um, I was the one that was stupid enough to trade.